bad decisions. You ain't got the answers. I am De Niro Sturge.
And it's your boy Shavar, man. And let's get right into it. Another disappointing week. Straight. Wait, was that game here in Jacksonville? Yes, it was. Another home loss for the Jacksonville Jaguars. 20-7. They fall to argue easily the team with one of the worst offensive lines in the league. Let's talk about it, man.
They look like ass. They like straight ass, dog.
Offense, team overall, top to bottom.
The whole team look like ass, bro. And I'm gonna start off by saying the worst of all is Blake fucking Bortles.
Oh man,
he is the fucking worst, dog. I'm so tired of this motherfucker. Every week he has the fan base arguing, debating. We're going back and forth, fighting with one another, saying, should we let him go? Should we keep him?
That is true.
What's the problem? Is it the blocking? Is it the coaching? Is it the play calling? Is it the defense? Is it the running game? It's no, motherfucker, it's him. It's him. If he plays just 10% better than the way he plays, the whole team all the way around is going to look better. All the way around is going to look better.
Don't mean to cut you off right there, but you are right. If you look at it, the playoff run from last year, he literally only played about 10% better, to tell you the truth. Minus the Buffalo game. But yeah.
Man, he looked like ass. I mean,
I'm saying he found another way to win, but yeah.
It's just because he's so inconsistent. And the only thing he's been consistent with the last 3 weeks is being trash. The last 3 weeks, he's been consistent at being trash. If you're talking about being consistent and what he's good at, one thing he's good at is letting the fan base down and letting his team down. I'm sorry, I don't. All the players, all the defensive players, they try to be the good teammate and they try to stick up for him every time somebody says something. Also, Jenkins said that dumbass line early this season. He don't understand why people don't like him. Motherfucker, this is why people don't like him. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's bad. He's a horrible quarterback, bad mechanics, bad decision making. Everything about him is completely horrible. Then you have people coming up with the excuse. This is literally an excuse I'm hearing on the radio. They said he's not a natural passer, or he's not a natural thrower. If he's not a natural thrower, what the fuck is he playing NFL quarterback?
And he was a first round pick.
Why is he playing NFL quarterback if he's not a natural thrower? And then it doesn't make sense. It's like, so what? Like, he didn't play another position in college.
Exactly.
So he went 3 or 4 years in college playing quarterback. What do you mean he's not a natural thrower?
Yeah.
Like, what does that mean? Like, I don't even understand where that comes from. And why would you say that about an NFL quarterback who just got an extension with the possibility of making $63 million with incentives? See what I'm saying? So he's bad. So let's get into the game. We played the Houston Texans. They have a horrible offensive line.
Horrible.
We have I thought we had one of the best defensive line. We lost 20-7. Bortles looked like ass. Yeah. In the middle of the third quarter, he got pulled because he fumbled the ball twice. Running the ball, he fumbled twice. He couldn't move the ball downfield. We was getting 3 and outs, same shit.
Yep.
The first drive of the fucking game, third play of the fucking game. This bitch went to run and he fumbled. Merciless. The one guy who I kept talking about, look out for. Merciless. Yeah, he poked that motherfucker right out his hand.
I didn't catch that.
He poked that bitch right out his hand. Third play of the fucking game. So you already know what time it was. When we play like ass the first series, that means we gonna look like ass the rest of the game. He fumbled the first drive, third play of the game. They kicked the field goal. They scored up. Yeah, they kicked the field goal. Boom. We go down there 3 and out. Yeah, they kicked first quarter. They kicked 2 field goals, so it was 6-0. Second quarter, same shit, 3 and out. Went shit shaking. They scored a touchdown, 7. Now coming out of halftime, they had the ball. I don't know. They must have went 3 and out or whatever. They ended up punting the ball. They had the first series. They had the first possession coming out of half. We get the ball. Bortles runs the ball. Fucking fumbles again. Yeah. Coughs that bitch up. They get the ball in the 5-yard line? At the 6-yard line?
Yeah, it was somewhere in that deep in their own territory.
Because we got downed. They punted the ball and they downed it at the 1. Either at the 1 or 2, some shit like that. So Bortles tried to take off running, of course, fumbled again. They picked that bitch up at the 6. What did they do? They scored.
Punched it in, yep. No, they threw it, didn't he? The 10-yard pass? Was that the one in that was right before? Yeah, that was in the third quarter, wasn't it? The last fumble?
Yeah, last fumble was in the third quarter.
Yeah, he threw that touchdown. He threw the touchdown pass.
I thought the touchdown he threw was in the second quarter.
No, it's third. Second quarter was only one score, Lamar Miller.
Okay. So then...
I'm not finish, my bad.
I thought they had the ball a lot closer. Okay, I might be wrong. But anyway...
He said 10 yards. It might be false starts and stuff like that, push you back and stuff like that.
Probably. Yeah, you're right. So then, of course, one-on-one, Hopkins and Ramsey. Hopkins hit Ramsey with the outside step and bit him in the inside. Shit was... I ain't gonna front. That was a good move. He hit him with the outside step, jumped in, he bit him in the inside, just threw it right to him, boom, touchdown. So coming out the next series, right after kickoff, who do we see? Number 6 running on the field, Cody Kessler. If you could hear
the crowd,
the fucking crowd, when this motherfucker stepped on the field, dog. Like I'm talking about, bro. I think everybody in Jacksonville felt some type of relief, felt some emotion of joy, of happiness, of about time. It was emotion. It was a good emotion when he stepped on the field. Because Bortles literally wasn't doing shit for us.
Nothing.
When Bortles got pulled, he was 6 of 12 for 61 yards with 2 fumbles. Okay. So now Cody Kessler comes in. Cody Kessler, he comes in, he drives the ball downfield.
He was bombing him.
No, the first year he drove the ball downfield. We ended up moving the ball a little bit, but we ended up punting the ball. As soon as we punt the ball, that bitch got down at the 5-yard line. So all of a sudden now the punter feels it. Cody Kessler came in, now the punter feels it. So he punts the ball in the 5-yard line. Defense comes out there. Defense gives them a 3 and out. 3 and out. Soon as Cody Kessler get on the field, next series defense 3 and out. So they're hyped. They feeling it. Cody Kessler comes in, drives that motherfucker downfield. He shimmies, he runs, throws the ball up the TJ Yeldon in the end zone. We score a touchdown. Our only touchdown of the game. Now the stadium is loud. Everybody's cheering. Everybody's happy. Now we're only down 7-20. So and this is at the end of the third quarter. So it was a possibility that we could have came back.
2-possession game, yeah.
Yeah, it was 2-possession game. We could have came back. We could have made this a game. So defense comes out there. Fourth quarter, they end up punting the ball again. Now Cody Kessler comes out there. He ends up, I think he gets sacked. He ends up fumbling. He recovers his own fumble. So okay.
I'm about to say
yeah, so then now he's just playing all right. You know what I'm saying? End of the game. He's still making passes, he's still doing what he does. And then how the game ended, he threw a pass to Yeldon. Ball went right through Yeldon's hand. End up Tyrann Mathieu. Game over.
Yeah, that was fine. That was an acceptable interception at that point in the game. At that point in the game, it was.
It wasn't.
Game was over. It wasn't no. Yeah, it was. When he threw that pick, the game was over.
Nah, the game wasn't over. It wasn't over for us.
Okay.
It might have been over for as far as a football game.
Yeah,
the game wasn't over for us.
I get you. I understand.
You know what I'm saying? Because we were still trying to score. We need to see as much as we need to see on Kessler.
That's true.
It was his time. Yeldon should have caught the fucking pass. So Kessler came at the end of the game. Kessler was 21 of 30, 156 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Now, for the people who saying, "Oh, Kessler came in garbage time," I want somebody to tell me how the fuck is it garbage time in the middle of the third quarter?
It was a little earlier than that too, but it was right around
middle. No, it was in the middle of the third quarter. That was our second series.
It was like 8 minutes or 9 minutes left on the clock. That's a little more.
No, it wasn't that much.
Yeah, it was.
Nah, it was like 6.
7 is half.
It was like 6 minutes.
So yeah, that's definitely basically. Yeah.
It was like 6 minutes. Yeah. So the middle of the third quarter, and y'all talking about that was garbage time. Since fucking when?
Yeah, the other team still plays.
Yeah,
they
when
know.
the fuck has the middle of the third quarter been garbage time?
Yeah, the other team has to be up by more than 4 possessions. Then they start playing back. But 3 possessions in the NFL is a joke. That's nothing. Yeah.
So people saying he came in garbage time. Y'all are fucking idiots. For the ones who saying that, oh well, he didn't look that good neither. He got sacked. He threw an interception too. Okay, the interception. Yeah, he did throw an interception, but that was on Yeldon. That wasn't on him. But it goes on his stat sheet. So yeah, he did throw an interception, but that was on Yeldon. Yes, he did get sacked, but he also drove the ball down fucking field. He also did score a touchdown, which Bortles couldn't do.
Couldn't even get
So
field goal range.
just off the eye test, who played better? The stats show that Kessler played better. The eye test shows that Kessler plays better. The way the team reacted when Kessler came in lets us know that the team was rejuvenated to see him on the field. The way the crowd reacted when Kessler got in the game lets us know that everybody was excited to see what he got to do because we was tired of looking at the mess that was out there before. So there's really no excuse. You can't argue the fact that Bortles looked bad and he should have been benched.
Looking bad. He looked good one game this year. The revenge game. I swear that was his Super Bowl.
The Patriots, yeah.
After he won, he's like, I got my revenge. I'm good. And that was it. He's been trash ever since that game.
Ever since. And then what's wild is you got Doug Marrone. Then when they asked him after the game, of course, we lost, whatever. So they was hot to ask these questions. Oh, so why did you pull Bortles? He said, to be honest, I was just looking for a damn spark. You can't look for a spark if we already lit.
Yeah.
You can't spark a fire if it's already lit. So that lets you know he's seen there was nothing going on when it comes to Bortles. And then he had to fluff it up by saying, I was looking for, it could have been anybody. But, you know what I'm saying? It could have been anybody. So now he's
still trying to butter him up.
So now he's trying to put it as it's a team thing, which it is. But you don't bench Bortles because of the team. You bench Bortles because of his play. So you talking about you was trying to look for a spark. You was trying to look for a spark out of the quarterback. And maybe the offense would have, you know what I'm saying, the quarterback would have made a spark, and then the offense would have played better.
Now, one thing for sure, two things for certain. If he was looking for a spark from Cody Kessler, he got it. Like he said, they lit something up in that building. They lit something up from the team. When he came in, after he scored, there was no more scoring in this game. Defense tightened up, made sure the Texans couldn't get no more. Like you said, they gave him a little boost of energy. They was happy to see Bortles on the sideline. The crowd was crowd found some energy out of nowhere to cheer. That kind of contributed to them not scoring. There was some energy around this kid when he came in. Now, how did he look? According to me, like I said, he looked better than Bortles, but he didn't look that good, whatever. But he was still that. It's
not that hard to look better than Bortles.
Yeah, that's true.
Bro, we can go out there with some pads and a jersey right now. It's not that hard. Outside of Bortles running,
which if you look around the league now, outside of the vets and the true elite quarterbacks, that's the new wave. You have to be mobile now. And the reason why you have to be mobile, because other teams have realized these defensive players are only getting better. They're only getting faster. They are only getting stronger. Yeah. So now they realize, you can't be a traditional quarterback anymore. You can't stand strong in the pocket and take the hit. No, you got to move. You got to run from Khalil Mack. You got to send the misdirections and all that stuff for these dudes. But so, he got the mobility, just don't have the arm or the how do you say decision making?
Intelligence.
Football acumen, bingo.
And
Jesus.
I give it to in the first half, motherfuckers was dropping passes. Moncrief was dropping passes. I think Moncrief dropped Cole dropped 2 passes. Moncrief dropped 1. Cole dropped 2 first down passes. 2 first down passes. So that on a bigger scale, that hurts the team because the drives got cut short to where we could have stayed on the field longer. Our defense could have got more rest. Now, and on top of that, Bortles doesn't look good when you have drop passes. Nobody looks good when you drop passes. So Cole had 2 drop passes. As soon as he dropped that second one, I said, put Chark in. Because, we drafted this boy. We need to see him. Cole obviously don't care about winning this game. He got all these fucking drop passes. Then coming out. So that was a problem. Yes, we did have drop passes. When Kessler came in, I think Moncrief dropped the pass. So we was having drop passes, and that's an issue that we're having. I want to say, I heard them say our team has the most drops in the league.
Yep, that's a fact.
That doesn't help nobody. I don't give a fuck who you have at quarterback.
Yeah, it's Dak Prescott.
The most, come on, we got drop passes all over. That shit don't help no fucking body. Granted, that still don't excuse the fact this motherfucker fumbled twice. In the third play of the game, and then fumbled the ball to where they got the ball right back in their red zone to go down there and score so easily. Now, so after the game, they asked Marrone. They said, is Marrone They asked Marone, who are you going to start? He said he don't know because everybody's on what was the role? What was the words he said?
On thin ice type thing?
No, not thin ice.
On notice?
He basically said something like that, like everybody on notice.
That's good to hear.
You
You need to get some more pep in their step around that
And when
team.
I heard that, I was like, all right, bet. I was like, yeah. Because obviously he frustrated. The biggest thing he kept talking about was turnovers. He kept talking about turning the ball over. The turnovers are killing us. It's killing us. It's killing our drives. It's putting points on their board.
Killing the defense.
They scored 10 points off turnovers. Our defense only gave up 10 points.
Yeah.
Our defense only gave up 10 points. Our offense scored 7. So if you take away the turnovers, we only lost by 3 points. But when you add the 2 fumbles, that's 10 points on top of it. So that's why 20-7. So the turnover, him preaching turnover, don't turn the ball over. I get it. I understand he needs to preach it more. That needs to be drilled in their head.
Yeah, they need to practice situational football. They need to practice if this happens. Like something like. All right. You know when you hear about the Patriots, I don't know if anybody's watching these shows lately. What's old boy name? Crazy dude, Harrison. He's been on the show talking about when he went to New England, Tom Brady's the ultimate team guy. People want to know what's going on in New England. And one of the things he gave away is they really just practice all the little things that people forget about. Like they run a lot of little small drills. Like so they do a lot of situational practices. Like if it's 5 seconds left, what do you do? This, that, and the other. He said they do a lot of that kind of stuff. And that's the reason why when they are in those situations, they execute so perfectly. Because they're like, oh, we practice that all week. We straight. And when I heard that, I was like, yo, that makes all the sense in the world.
It makes so much sense.
It does. It's just crazy.
Because the small things, as you get older and the game, the bigger things you focus more on. Exactly. And you forget about the small things. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that makes perfect sense.
You look at the whole team from top to bottom. Like, he demands. Well, I don't know if it's Brady or Belichick. I want to say Belichick just because of attitude. Yeah. He demands perfection. He demands you, like, do your job. That's all I want you to do. Do your job.
He cuts motherfuckers for not doing their job. Regardless if they good or not.
Exactly.
You ain't do what I asked you to do, so you got to go.
Edelman fumbled one game.
Yeah, you benched him.
That was his first game back.
How many times have you seen him do that to running back?
Ruin their careers. Remember Jonas Gray? 4 touchdown game. Never heard.
Never heard of him again.
Never. All because he was late for practice the next day, next week or something like that.
I think it was like the next whatever. He was late. They put him. Yeah, never saw it again.
Never again. That was crazy to me. I was like, wow, we are human, man. Like, I understand it's only 16 or how many weeks in football? 20 weeks of football for them.
But he's strict and he demands the best for him. So and the crazy shit is. That's why, if you notice, he has a lot of Alabama. He likes a lot of Alabama players.
Yeah, it's true.
Because Saban is the same way. I don't know if you.
Well, I don't want to say there was one year he did have that Florida stretch. He just kept grabbing from Florida.
Yeah, he does. Like, I'm not saying like he's just constantly grabbing, but he likes Alabama players because the way they're disciplined, the way they're trained. He's the same, similar, just like Saban's a hard ass. He's a hard ass.
That's true, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you can deal with this coaching, you came up on this coaching. That means with me, you'll
fit right in. Yeah,
fit right in. It wouldn't be no issue.
A la Sony Michel.
Yeah, but that's Sony Michel's from Georgia.
Oh yeah, you're right. Damn, the red jersey threw me off. It's actually not even red; it's burgundy.
Now, one thing big thing that came out Monday was the biggest contradiction that Doug Marone said. So Monday morning, probably like around 11:30, I got a notification from Bleacher Report. They said Doug Marone said he wasn't going to announce who the starting quarterback was for the London game. Mm-hmm. So everybody was like, "All right." They didn't know.
I know who's going to be, but I like that he said that.
So they was like, okay. So he said he didn't know who's going to be starting quarterback. An hour and a half later. Another notification comes out and says, Doug Marone starts Blake Bortles.
Yeah, that's
London
easy.
Game.
That was an easy call. Who makes the most money?
This one I'm going at. The end of the game, your presser, their post presser was everybody has to step up. Everybody has to play better. They're all on notice. That I kind of want to play it. I kind of want to play it, but I know it's not going to sound good. But
yeah, it's not trash. But yeah.
He said, I'm going to read exactly what he said. I just literally did it to try to get a damn spark from this football team.
It worked.
To put everyone on notice. They have to focus and they have to go out. They have to go out there and play better. So if you're putting everyone on notice, you bench Bortles to get a spark out of the team. You're putting everyone on notice.
Very effective.
You're saying that they all have to go out there and play better and focus. Monday, not even 24 hours after the fucking game, they asked you who's the starting quarterback, you go right back to Blake Bortles. First you say you don't know, then you come back to say Blake Bortles. That is a complete contradiction to everything that you said. Everything that you said.
I actually like that he said that though, because it kind of like I said, he did what he did to get the spark throughout the whole team, put everybody on notice. It obviously worked. He said the punter stepped his game up, put the ball in the 5. Defense shut him out. No more scoring for the remainder of the game when Kessler came in. It worked. But like you said, going forward, it kind of lets them know, like, look, don't think everything gonna be sweet now going forward. Y'all still on notice.
For him? For Bortles?
Not for Bortles. Bortles knew he had that.
Sweet.
Bortles knew he was gonna start next week regardless.
Everything's sweet. And then he had the nerve to sit there and
Bortles
say, Bortles gonna be the starting quarterback, and then he got him on a short leash.
Yeah, not even
the
short.
Fuck
that ain't short. It ain't short enough.
Like no, and I want to. I'm asking you, bro. What does that mean?
It's not even
He's
short
on a
enough.
Short leash. What does that mean? Because I don't know what it means.
That means if he turns the ball over again, he gonna bench him again, basically.
So that's what I'm saying. So the first turnover, first turnover, he's gonna bench him. Because I got
depending on how short that leash is.
I got a strong feeling is. I got exactly what I got. I got a strong feeling is. He turns the ball over.
He's turning it over.
The leash ain't gonna be too short because he's still gonna stay in the game.
Yeah.
He gonna throw some bad couple passes. Cause I got a strong feeling. First quarter he gonna look like ass.
He is. Yep.
So are you
playing the Eagles?
Are you telling me the leash is that short? Says if he plays like ass in the first quarter, you gonna take him out?
I doubt it.
Because if he goes out there in the first drive he fumbles or throws an interception, are you going to take him out?
No, I don't think he's going to do that.
Exactly. So what's the point of fucking saying that shit?
Nah.
You see what I'm saying? What's the point of you saying that shit? And another issue I have is, why would you announce less than 24 hours if you said after the game on Sunday you don't know who the starting quarterback, you're not going to go in who the starting quarterback is? Why the fuck would you say it less than 24 hours on that Monday?
I'm thinking,
at least wait to Thursday or some shit.
I'm thinking something happened with the scheduling. It's like, yo, we got to get out to London, so let's just announce this right now and let's keep it moving.
They ain't going to London until like Thursday or some shit, bro.
No, I thought they go out there.
I don't know when they going, but they going like Thursday, though. Like, I think they going like Thursday, man. I think that shit like a 6-hour flight. I think I said 15-hour one time.
Well, one thing for sure,
but
two things
like a 6-hour flight, but they leaving like Thursday.
Yeah, it's like something like that, 8 or 12 or something like that. Yeah.
I know it ain't 15 hours. I know I said that one time.
I think 15 is the longest flight we can possibly take. Period. But yeah, and if we want to go anywhere in the world, like 15 hours, something like that.
That's like going to Africa.
Yeah, I don't know.
To be honest, I think it is 15 to go to Africa. But it ain't London.
But one thing for sure, 2 things for certain. Y'all going to London? Y'all playing the Eagles? He's turning that ball over, dog.
Bro, I can already see this shit.
But the one thing y'all do have going for y'all going into London is that's technically y'all second home. Y'all do turn up in London. Well, these past couple years y'all have been turning up anyway. Maybe you might get the 3 touchdown Bortles y'all got last year. You might get the Jaguars you got at the fourth quarter at the end of last week's game. I don't know, man. Y'all different team when y'all in London, man. I don't know.
Man, hopefully London, hopefully these boys figure out what they want to do, man, because I want to know how short this leash is going to be.
Yeah.
I want to know what's the plan if Bortles doesn't look good. That's what I'm saying, like, because it just throws me off this whole leash shit, and by him announcing it Monday, because it like I said, it's a big contradiction. You saying he's on a short leash, so like I said, if he looks like ass, like how he did in the first quarter, are you going to pull him?
Nope.
No, you're not going to pull him because the excuse is, well, it could have been pregame. It's too early.
He got 19 million reasons not to pull him.
And then I'm telling you exactly what's going to happen, because if he fumbles, let's say he throws an interception the first drive of the game, he throws an interception. He can't pull him because they're going to say it's too early. He could have learned from the mistake, so it's too early to pull him.
Hey man,
that's
exactly what they got to say.
I'm telling you exactly what they're going to say.
Or what they're going to be thinking anyway.
I know exactly what they're going to say. That's why they're not going to pull. That's why I'm saying, how short is this leash? So are you waiting for so is the leash to where you're waiting for the second turnover before you make the move? So let's say the first turnover, and all this hypothetical, we don't know, but let's say the first turnover happens in the first quarter. They score off of it.
They are. They always
and then
do.
let's say the offense doesn't look good, 3 and outs. Then he turns the ball over for the second time. So now we in the second quarter. Is that when? And they go down there and score again. So now we down 2.
I think in the second quarter, if he messes up, he's pulled.
But now we down 2 touchdowns. We down 2 scores off turnovers.
Yeah.
Is that when you pull him? Is that when Alicia's short? That's when he on his last link?
I say regardless of what the score is, if he turns that ball over in that second quarter, unless y'all are up, then obviously not. But if y'all are down or the score's 0-0 and he turns that ball over second quarter, I think he's done. That's it. What I don't understand, when's the trade deadline? This Friday or next Friday? Or Thursday? I forget the date. I It's coming up though. It's getting real hot.
Yeah, I don't know what day it is.
I don't know who wants this guy after seeing him this year. You know what? Something else I want to notice. I noticed watching that game this past Sunday. If you look at Bortles at the beginning of this year, including the Patriots game, whatever you want to call it, or whatever, his mechanics were not anywhere as sloppy as they were. I don't know what he did Saturday night or Sunday morning. I don't know what the hell happened. Everything from Bortles was absolutely just sloppy trash. The mechanics looked disgusting. Even when he's raw, like it was everything. Nothing looked it right with this kid, or whatever you want to call this grown man. I don't know how old he looks. 40, but he's like 29. But,
it's that haircut.
Yeah,
dog.
just let it go, man. You a millionaire, though. Who cares? You know what I'm saying?
Go see who
or get the
Tiger's
LeBron.
in.
Yeah.
Safari and Tiger when they got
for
that
real,
shit,
man.
man. Bro, I ain't even gonna lie. Side note,
All them black people on that
if I
team, they
get
can't
that
tell them about
cash-
it.
If I get that cash,
If I hit that tonight,
if I get that cash, man,
you can't tell me nothing, bro.
Well, I'm getting.
I'm gonna have dreads.
What? My hairline gonna be strong, boy. What you talking about?
Yo, I don't know. I'm like, yo,
ain't
I
no
got,
thinning, bitch.
I got M's.
Yeah, fuck you talking about, boy? I need that.
Bro, but other than that, man, I don't know what he did that night or Sunday morning. He mechanics, everything just went out the window for him. Like he forgot about all the fundamentals and he was trying to focus in on something and just forgot about the rest, everything else he had to do, like protect the ball, have better awareness of the fucking pocket. Like when the heat is on you, like you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? These dudes, I don't know, man. I don't know how he was doing it.
And I like it's.
Or how he did it. Let me say that.
It's people that saying like, and it's crazy because it's like, of course, I'm listening to 1010. I'm reading on social media what the fans are saying. And it's just, it kills me. It's literally, from what I see, it's literally like 50-50, maybe 60-40, 40% being their four Bortles. Because
what do you mean by that?
Even after this game, you still got people saying that's still my quarterback. And it's like, bro, how are you a fan?
I think that's what it is. They're literally fanatics.
They have to be a fanatic.
A UCF fanatic cannot be a Jaguar. He's got to be fanatics of UCF.
I've never seen where you can literally see one player that's affecting so much.
Yeah, you're right.
He's affecting so much to where he's by his bad play to where you sit there and say,
what's the point of me going out there? Like, what's the point of me giving my all if I know once we give him the ball back, he's just gonna put us right back here on the field? What's the point?
And he is that one person affects so much. And as a fan base, you still got people saying they making excuses for him. They saying it's not his fault. They keep treating this motherfucker like he's a rookie. This is
he's
fifth
not.
year.
Yeah, and he got read up.
Fifth year and on his first year of his extension. First year of his extension. It's like, I don't get it, dog. I don't understand it.
Now,
nationally, people, I'm telling you, I went on YouTube. I watched Shannon Sharp. I watched Shannon Sharp and Deion on Sunday on NFL Network. Deion talked about it. Deion said this is
some
all,
high praise on him at the top of the season.
He did. Deion's flat out said this is all Jacksonville's fault. We created this problem.
Big
now
facts.
We stuck dealing with it because we knew when we signed him he didn't deserve the money. We knew he didn't deserve the money, but we still end up giving him that contract. We end up giving him that extension, and we didn't go out and go get a legitimate backup quarterback.
Somebody that could press him or give him, like, make him play better in practice. So, overall, steel sharpens steel or iron sharpens iron, and they didn't do that. They gave this dude a knife holder, and that was it. You know what I'm saying?
And we knew who he was. We knew what we had. We knew what he could and could not do, and we still gave him the money. And it's like, what did you expect him to do? Because, like I've been saying, everybody last year, the only thing they mentioned the 2 Pittsburgh games, they mentioned the Patriot playoff, they mentioned the playoff game. Yeah. Like I was telling my partner today, look at all 19 games he played as a whole.
All right.
Did he play good in all 19 games? The games he did play good, were they back to? He had that 4-week stretch where he played well, and then it was up and down, up and down, up and down, inconsistent. So when you got to take all that into consideration. Mm-hmm. We knew exactly who he was.
Garbage.
Shannon and Skip Bayless said the same thing. You brought in no backup after you brought in no backup So when he does play bad, what you knew was a possibility he can play bad because he's shown us he's inconsistent.
Like you said, if somebody show you who they are, believe
it. Believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the same thing. Everybody's saying the same thing. They're giving suggestions who we should go get. Should we go trade for Teddy Bridgewater? Should we go trade for Tyrod? Nah,
Tyrod Taylor. That was the one I heard today. That was an interesting one. I forgot about that.
Tyrod Taylor.
That one makes sense.
I heard Brissett.
I don't like Brissett. I like Brissett, but I'd rather.
Should we go get Cap since he's a free agent? He's cheap. I mean, it's all these things that should we? Yeah, we could. We should look at something, another option, but will we?
No,
we won't.
Because Jacksonville. It's just classic. No matter who's in management, who's in charge,
too much sense,
who's the owner,
it ain't right for Jacksonville.
That's right.
If it makes I'm talking about too much sense, like $1 million sense. Dog, we ain't doing it.
I've witnessed two owners, two different management regimes. I've witnessed all ownerships.
Two.
That's it. Yeah, two ownerships and two management because ownership took their management. And, everybody brought in two different knew everything coming in that building or stadium. Two different sponsors, three different sponsors actually. I had Alltel at one time, and one thing that stayed the common denominator in all of that was if there's a big splash or a common sense move to be made, Jacksonville ain't doing it. That's just the facts. That's always been the case. But going on to other things.
No, hold on.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're a little long-winded on this subject.
Oh, we good. No, it's the Jaguars, man.
I gotta get all this shit out. So, you said you heard about the Tyrod Taylor. You said you thought that was good.
I did.
I feel different. Why you think it was good?
Because y'all line is just trash enough. He's mobile enough and smart enough. He doesn't turn the ball over like that. Like I said, no quarterback in the league has less turnovers than him. Mm-hmm. I forgot what the pass attempts have to be, whatever that is. He's mobile. He can get it done with his legs. But not only, so can Bortles, but the difference between the two is this guy keeps looking down the field when he's running and when he's trying to, like I say, he's trying to press the ball up the field. He has the he got the arm. He's a good decision maker. Doesn't turn the ball over. He'll fit well with that trash, or not trash, but it's not as strong as it needs to be line. He'll fit right in perfect. And then let's not forget, y'all want to run the ball. Well, he gonna definitely give y'all some running yards because y'all got if Fournette ever come back. You know what I'm saying? You got Fournette. You got Hyde now. We'll talk about the big trade made for Carlos Hyde this past Friday. And you got Yeldon. And you add him on top of that, a dual threat quarterback, which every team has struggled with these types of quarterbacks. Every week, every year, you name it. I can't name one, not especially this year. I can't name one defense that could contain these mobile quarterbacks like this. I can't.
My only issue is when it comes to Tyrod Taylor, I would have thought that would have been a good move if we only seen him in preseason. Okay. So let's say he lost the starting job to Baker Mayfield in preseason. We didn't see him in the regular season.
All right.
Then I would say, yes, that's a good idea. Only reason I'm second, I don't believe that because when we seen him in the regular season, he played okay to not that good.
That's true.
So like the game where he supposedly, air quotations, got a concussion, he looked horrible.
He did.
Horrible.
Well, he did.
He looked horrible. He wasn't accurate. I'm talking about he had people beat downfield. They were 3-4 yards beat downfield. He couldn't get the ball to him. Like he just looked bad. And that's the one thing that threw me. It's like if he can look that bad on a team with that much talent, what makes me think he will play better here when we have a worse offensive line than them and an injured running back? You get what I'm saying? Like, only because...
Well, I don't want to say that the lines, they actually are comparable. I'm going to tell you why. If you look at what Mayfield does and when Baker was in there, none of them was able to stand tall in those pockets like that. There's times when Baker
he was getting that ball out and moving it downfield.
Yeah, no, you're right. It was a complete difference.
Difference when he got in there.
But I'm saying the lines are similar, though. The Jacksonville Jaguars offensive line and their offensive lines are very similar.
I don't know if the offensive line is similar or the quarterback's just getting the ball out faster.
It could be. It could be a matter of
both. Kessler got the ball out a lot faster than Bortles.
Within 2-3 seconds, I think.
Yeah, we moved the ball downfield.
Yep.
He got the ball out fast. We moved the ball downfield. So
what game was that they were showing yesterday? They were saying the quarterback gets the ball out the fastest in the league. It was some trash team too. It wasn't a trash team, but it wasn't like Breeze or somebody you thought.
Chargers, maybe.
No, they played. I didn't even know they played at 9:30. I forgot all about that game.
I don't know, bro.
There's somebody. This quarterback. He gets the ball out the fast, and it makes sense. Like it makes sense. It might have been Mahomes. Yeah, that makes. Yeah, it might have been Mahomes. Who knows? Well, anyway,
I don't know. Out of all the quarterbacks,
we know who gets it.
That's my only thing with Tyrod. If I never seen him play bad, and I'm dead ass like because I mean you have to put that in consideration.
That was one bad game.
It was, but he only played 4. That was the 4th game before he got mysteriously hurt.
He played good in the Pittsburgh game, but it just wasn't enough time on the clock. They tied up.
And they should have won the Saints game, but they missed field goals. So, but it's just that's the only thing. Bridgewater, he looked good in the preseason. We should have made the trade for him when there was literally when it was there for us to make the trade. That was the whole thing in the preseason.
It was still early in the season.
Well, in the preseason, there was the rumors that we called them about Bridgewater. We was rumored to get him. They were talking about should we trade Fowler for Bridgewater. No. It was all that shit talking about. We end up letting the boy go to New Orleans.
Yeah, that's fine. That's for Fowler. I wouldn't let him go.
They definitely not letting Brissett go. They definitely not letting Brissett go, dog. And if they are really gonna let Brissett go, they're not gonna trade him to the division.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm
saying? I forgot about that too. Actually, y'all know you're not trading right. They're known for going across the division, but they're not known for trading across the division. Yeah, got you. They'll stay within the conference, but not the division yet.
It's so much. I mean, like literally, Jacksonville is so much, man. I can go on and on and on about. We just look bad all the way around, and I really feel like
it all has started with Bortles' bad play.
Yeah, exactly. I really feel like if we address that one issue, everything else will kind of fall in place. I mean, our defense doesn't even look the same, man. We got the boys arguing and fighting.
I heard
Ngakwe was getting into it with I think maybe the D-line coach, some coach on the sideline. They had to pull him back. And then they had then in the locker room they got into it right in front of the media. Calais was pulling him back, and it's just, I mean, it just don't look good. You got Jalen giving these answers when he was saying that people now.
We all know who.
Yeah, we all know who it is. But we can't say nothing. If I had the answer, I'd be tired.
We had the answer, we'd be winning.
I feel him. I understand that. Y'all trying to figure what he's saying. I know what he's saying.
Like you said, I'm trying my best to tell y'all, the other quarterbacks are trash. My guy trash too, but I need y'all to say it first.
I don't think the crazy thing is how I took it. I don't think he's talking about one person.
I thought he was talking about Bortles.
Because everybody's not playing. Everybody's not playing.
My bad. I think he was talking about Bortles and caught himself and realized, wait a minute, that was a little too obvious, and then try to clean it up at the end and try to make it seem like it was he was talking about a lot of people, more than one person.
I think he's talking about.
I don't think so.
I think he's talking about the few who's playing bad, because it's not just Bortles.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? It's a few that's playing bad.
I get you
even himself. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because he did give up a touchdown, even though.
But a lot of people keep saying, "Oh, it's the safety coverage." He think he likes to give the safety help, and so he automatically think the help is going to be.
Yeah, but. He wasn't in the right position on that position. You see what I'm saying? So all around, everybody needs to play better. And I feel like it's a few that he feels like needs to play better, and that's what that statement meant, bro.
But yeah, other than I heard the offense, defense arguing in the locker room after the game. Necessary, in my opinion. This will definitely, hopefully, turn the page with y'all going out to London. Hopefully, it lights the fire that y'all had at the top of last year's season when people counted y'all all the way out, including myself. I counted y'all out this season. What's crazy, y'all went to the AFC Championship last year. I counted y'all out this year. I knew this was I didn't know this was going to happen, but I knew something with Bortles along the lines of him not being able to put up enough or do enough was going to happen. I knew it was going to come eventually. But before you know it, like I said, 12 o'clock came, and sure enough, the pump turned right into a pumpkin. Well, moving on, like I said, 2 big trades within the last couple days. First one, obviously, kicked it off. Carlos Hyde traded to the Jaguars for, I believe, a 5th-round pick. Is that correct?
5th-round pick for 2019 draft.
No, not bad. I ain't gonna lie, because Carlos Hyde still got a little something left.
I like that trade. He had 5 touchdowns in 6 games. So
especially with Fournette being with the big question mark every week with this guy. Well, y'all know when y'all got him, I ain't gonna lie, the man's a beast. I like to talk trash about him, but he's actually good.
That's gonna help our team a lot.
Second biggest trade. And the one that had everybody. As a matter of fact, when you read this trade, if you've never seen it, when you read this trade, as you're reading it, you go, okay, Amari Cooper traded to Dallas. Okay, they need a receiver. And then you read the last couple for a 1st-round pick, and you go, what? Like, every single person that didn't know about this, when they were told this, all had the same reaction. Nobody could believe they did this move for a 1st-round pick. But then today, the news came out. I don't know if you heard. Other teams put in offers for Amari Cooper. Other teams within the NFC East. The Eagles offered a 2nd-round pick. I don't believe that. I believe probably offered a third. I think the Redskins came in.
Right?
He said the Redskins, and I believe the Eagles probably offered a third. Redskins came in, offered a second.
Well, no, they said the Eagles offered a second.
I don't believe that, because if you look at all the picks they already gave away to get these players, why would you give away another high round pick for him? You got Alshon. You don't need him. He's just a luxury at that point.
Crazy shit is when they said that, they said he offered a second. I was like, y'all need another receiver?
That's what I'm saying. I believe they offered like a third or something, maybe something low. And then Redskins came on time and said, "Oh, it's a bidding war. We'll throw you a second. We need that real bad." And then Jerry Jones.
Who's the leader? Who's the division leader?
The Redskins.
The Redskins is?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hell yeah, easy.
They probably just lied to Dallas and said, "Yo, Washington and Philadelphia called us."
No. I don't think so. Oh yeah, they could have. Yeah, they could have.
They could have.
Because it is Jerry Jones.
Yeah, they
Jerry
could have.
He about to spin with us. They probably shaking the
now
dice.
that you think about it with Philly, that doesn't make sense.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. Why would I offer a second? You gave up what seconds and first for Jay Ajayi and that was just last year. You know what I'm saying? In the middle of the season. So I didn't think they would give up that much. But hey, if they were playing poker, that was a good move. If they did that, give Jerry Jones spin his first round pick.
Jerry Jones is wild.
And honestly, I don't think he's gonna do anything for that team because, like I said,
I don't think so neither. Because it's Dak.
Before the last game, week before last, there was Cole Beasley and the receivers are quoted saying, "We getting open. We just ain't getting the ball in our area." That's
Troy
so.
Aikman said he's not being accurate with his passes.
The Dak stat line, anything under 200, who cares about the rest?
I think that trade is wild because you went in. This your third time trading for first round picks for a receiver, and they never work out.
Yeah,
you got Joey Galloway, 2 first rounds for him. You got Roy Williams, where you trade a first, a third, and a sixth, and you traded all these round picks and all that shit for Roy Williams. I think he was only on the team for 2 years. I mean, they never work out, and then it's like you plunge on Amari Cooper, but you pump the brakes on Earl Thomas. Like, that makes no sense, though. Like, Amari Cooper, he hasn't played good in the last year or two. He's been inconsistent with his play a lot because of Derek Carr. Mm-hmm. But still, he's been inconsistent on his play. But
he dropped some passes.
And then he has a lot of drops. But then Earl Thomas, even after breaking his leg, came out there and balled the fuck out. Earl Thomas always shows up, and you pump the brakes on that. That's wild. It doesn't make sense. It's wild to me.
Now coming at the time when that offer, excuse me, was rumored that they want to first out. At the time, we all thought it was crazy not to give it up, but looking where we are now, week 7, week 8 for some team, I forget how to
give what up.
They give up that first round pick for Earl Thomas, right?
Remember they were asking for a second the whole summer.
All right, so
whole preseason, whole training camp, they was asking for a second.
Well, never mind. I was gonna say something.
Once Khalil got traded, that's when they asked for the first.
All right. Well, if you look at the defense now, the Dallas defense, they're ranked in the top 5. I think the top 3 or something like that. Top 3 defense in the league because they get pressure and they actually. Now I won't say they cover, but they just get enough pressure to make sure the quarterback can't get that ball down the field very many times. So they really, Earl Thomas would have been the icing on the cake. They probably would have been number 1 defense with Earl Thomas. Without Earl Thomas, they still in the top 3, top 4. And maybe that's how Jerry and they're seeing it.
That's looking in hindsight. Yeah.
Now, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, bingo. That's what I'm saying.
Because at the time, it's like
at that time,
Thomas,
it was light.
Second round for Earl Thomas.
I thought it was a first, but second that is light. That's dumb light. Yeah.
At first it was the second. As soon as Khalil Mack got 2 first rounds for Khalil Mack, they was like, oh hell no, we try to get 1.
Classic.
And that's exactly how it was.
So now John Gruden, I just seen him put the thing up on the TV. 5 total first round picks for the next 2 drafts, 3 next year. So if he don't make nothing happen from that,
he ain't done yet.
And you know what's crazy? What I don't understand with these draft picks, you got these picks for what? To try to find another Khalil Mack?
Exactly.
That's why I don't get it.
That shit don't make no sense.
You had him.
You literally.
I don't get it.
That's literally what he's going to do.
I don't understand that.
That's literally what he's going to do. He's going to go out there and try to draft another Khalil Mack.
It's unbelievable.
And the crazy shit is, I guarantee in the next 2 drafts, he's going to draft at least 4 defensive ends. At least 4 pass rushers. Because he's trying his hardest to get another Khalil Mack. I guarantee you he's either going to trade for one or he's going to draft some pass rush because he's trying to find another Khalil Mack.
It's unbelievable. You had him and you just didn't want to use like, man, my $100 million is more important than your $100 million. So you know what? You got to go. I'm the guy around here. And it's part of that. I think part of these moves he's making, he's trying to prove some sort of genius and I still got it type these moves. Who knows, man? The Amari Cooper trade, that would have made more sense. He traded him at the top of the season versus Khalil Mack. Nobody, I don't think any Raiders fans or anybody's going to say anything now, especially with the season being lost. You might as well trade Cooper or whatever. Try to see if you can find something better. But anyway, moving on to today's big trade. We're dealing with the New York Giants. Traded Eli Apple to the New Orleans Saints for a 7th round pick. I forget when that 7th round pick. I don't know if it's next year or
7.
It was a 7th and a 5th. A 7th round pick and a 4th round. Oh, wait. 7th and a 4th.
I heard about the 4th. I ain't hear about the 7th.
It was 2 picks we got from him. A 7th and a 4th. I mean, this is a joke, the 7th. Who cares about the 7th? But,
oh, yeah, you're right. 4th and a 7th.
We got 2 picks for him. Dealt him. I ain't gonna lie. I know y'all everybody on this podcast remember top of the season, last season, I called this man trash. I called him trash from the day they called his name at the podium. I called this man trash. This season, I recanted all, except for what the game last week, he kind of got toasted. But other than that, Eli Apple has played very well this year. Very well. Well, I think we talked about him last week, how he almost had to shut down. I mean, I think somebody scored on him, but whatever. For the most part, he's improved. The most improved player on that New York Giants team was easily Eli Apple. He went literally from trash to, I don't want to say best, but I give him about an 8.
He got the most improved.
Yeah, that's him. Hands down. Very easily most improved player. I mean, he was literally bottom. You know what I'm saying? But we move on from him anyway. Season's lost. We trying to get something. I don't know why we went that low. But I get it. He was a 1st round pick. Let's get the money off the books. Let's get him out of here.
Crazy shit is I am shocked, bro.
I am too. I literally am.
Legit shocked that y'all traded Eli Apple because it wasn't like he was a problem this year.
Not this year. Yep.
It wasn't like it was like something going on to where y'all had to get him off the field. And then the draft picks y'all got was a 2019 4th round pick, and a 2020 7th round pick.
I thought it was back to back. You're not even back to back.
Yeah, it's not even so. I don't.
It's wow. What the hell? That was a crazy play we just saw with the Dallas King. Anyway, see that replay. Well,
but that's I thought that trade was wild because he was playing well. I mean, y'all boys was looking. I ain't gonna say y'all was looking good, but he was looking good. He was doing this thing, so. That's that didn't make no sense.
Oh, they not showing it. When he fell back.
Yeah, he tried to throw it back.
I thought he fumbled when he threw it back. Okay, all right. Yeah, I didn't know he tried to throw it back. All right, never mind.
I'm too old for that dumb shit.
But the Giants this year he's played exceptionally well, man. I was very proud of him this year. I was looking to talk trash about him this year. I couldn't wait. And sure enough, he showed up, showed out. Well, he tried to show up and show out, but he was faced with the same reality the Jacksonville Jaguars faced this year. Too many 3-and-outs on the offensive side, and you're going to have a long night. And speaking of the long nights, boy, did the Giants have one last night. New York Giants fall to the Atlanta Falcons 23-20, but don't let that score fugaze y'all, okay? Overall, I thought there should have been way more scoring in this game. We're talking 2 defenses, 2 secondaries. One team, the secondary just depleted. They don't know where the hell they getting players from. The other team, they just depressed. They ready to get the season over with. They know we're not going nowhere. I thought it'd be 32-33, some crazy high scoring game. I knew it was gonna be within a 4 or 5 point range between the 2 teams. Matt Ryan did his thing, regular Matt Ryan day, nothing too fancy. 379 yards, whatever. Eli 399. Don't be fugazed by that. We know what he did. The check down routes, the Saquon Barkley, the Saquon check down option route. But for the most part, he did his thing with Beckham. Beckham finished 8 for 143. Love that stat line.
Of course you did.
That's what I'm talking. See what I'm saying? When Beckham gets fed, regardless of when it's happened, when it's occurring on the field, when Beckham gets fed like that, 8, 9, 10 touches a game, look how many points we putting up. Granted, we didn't win this game, but honestly, we didn't win this game because of the one controversial play on the 4th down, or not 4th down, on the goal line when they try to do quarterback sneaks with Eli Manning. Now, I missed this play watching this game in real time, but he talked about it enough today. I ran back, seen it. They all right. I don't understand what the hell they were thinking. You got Saquon Barkley as your running back. I don't give a shit if it's 12 in the box.
Wasn't it at the very end of the game?
Yeah. Atlanta got a another possession. We got a 3 and out and got the ball back. That's when they scored again. You know what I'm talking about? Fourth quarter. They got the ball. We got the ball. Got down there. Didn't score. They get the ball. They punt it, and then we get the ball back, and that's when we scored. Boom. That's when I messed up. I was over. I'm out. You know what I'm talking about? Remember that sequence? I remember when it was down there, but I was like, what the fuck just happened? You know? All right, anyway.
I don't remember.
But didn't go. Tried to do a quarterback sneak with Eli Manning on a goal line, which I'm going to be honest with y'all. I've been watching the team for a minute. I could count on one finger how many times I've seen Eli Manning do it. You know what I'm saying? On the goal line. This ain't Tom Brady or Big Ben or even Blake Bortles for that man, because that man is big. He ain't that dude like that. I don't understand how you not give the ball to Saquon on that. But anyway, Giants fall to them by basically the field goal. Game was out of hand. Eli Manning looked it horrible enough to where the coach, this was talked about today, I don't know if you've seen this segment, where I think it was Shannon Sharp was saying it, the coach should have covered his mouth when he was screaming at Eli Manning, saying to throw the ball to, I think he was saying, throw the ball to Odell. That's what I caught.
He ain't covered his mouth.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he didn't, but he's saying he should have. Yeah.
He said, he was like, wow. He said, what are you doing? Throw it to Odell or
throw it to Odell. It seemed like Odell. That's what I thought. I saw Odell because they ain't got the CC up on them, closed captions. But I'm glad he did that because that let everybody know it's not my play calling. I'm not calling plays and the play is being designed for this check down route over here and everybody's just running out the way for this check down route. I'm calling the plays for Odell Beckham or Sterling Shepard.
He's the play caller?
Yeah. Pat Sherman said he's taking over. He said he's the play caller. He announced that at the top of the season. Pat Schumer is the play caller for this team. I'm glad he did that. He showed that, hey, I'm calling the right plays. I just don't have the guy making the right decisions at the right times in the game. If you notice, after that screaming or whatever you want to call it, Eli's game stepped up slightly better. The ball was being pushed down the field more. Pass was being vertical. They're going up and down the field, not no side to side. They still had the Saquon show once again. Saquon Barkley is unreal. Did he get another 100? He didn't get 100 this game. I just realized he only had 94. But he had a touchdown. So another game with a touchdown for Saquon Barkley. He the best thing that ever happened to us. Man. outside of Odell Beckham, Sterling Shepard, Evan Ingram. We were talking about this last night at the L House, looking at this team on the field. Before this game, just watching them warm up, everybody sat there and said, how are y'all not winning? And if y'all not winning, how are y'all not scoring more? When you run off these names on paper, these are not like these are Pro Bowlers. Outside of Sterling Shepard, Evan Ingram, they still whatever. Sterling Shepard probably get it this year for sure. Who knows? He had a big game, 5 for 167. Sterling Shepard. Eli Manning, for the most part, looked like Eli Manning. He played that game again. He finished another game with a 71% completion ratio. I'm sorry, percentage. But it was all fugazi. No pass was made to where the point where he was like, yo, that was a nice one. Like when Matt Ryan threw that touchdown pass, he threw the bread, the butter, the first touchdown pass of the game. That was the pass. Put it right on the basket. There was none of that from Eli. Matter of fact, one of the plays I could call up where you could show that this man may just be done. I hate to say it, but it has to be said. When Odell Beckham, I think it was a 2-point conversion play. I think you called it out.
Oh, Lord.
It was all ball placement on that play. Right play, and in my opinion, the right decision was made to throw to Odell Beckham, but the horrible throw. At first, when you see it in real time, you think, oh, it's Odell's fault. He faded. He should never. No, he was doing what he had to do to try to catch the damn ball that was being not even put nowhere near his chest. Granted, he touched his hands and his arm. He should have finished that, but old boy kicked it out of his hands. Whatever, man.
That was bad ball placement.
That was it. Yeah,
bad ball placement. Odell, you should have put it. Odell broke on the route. He should have put it to the outside to where Odell would have been falling out of bounds.
Here's the crazy part. If you look at any other plays from Eli Manning in the red zone, that's what he does. He never throws inside. He always throws outside or way high. Because that's how Beckham catches the ball all the time. And I'm not sure if that's how Beckham prefers. I doubt that's how he prefers to catch the ball. But that's how he catches the ball when it's coming from Eli Manning's hand. Is it going to be a high pass? He got to jump to catch it, especially in the red zone. He always throws it on the outside. For some reason, he threw it in and he threw it low. He was worried about, I swear to God, it's like Eli sitting here going, I need to protect this ball this year. I don't give a shit if we win. I'm not turning this ball over. And that's basically what that's how he's been playing. Very scared, very shook, very safe. But that's not going in today's NFL, the 2018 NFL, that ain't going to win games, bro. You got to take chances. You got to take risk. I'm not saying you
got to take smart chances.
That's what I'm saying.
Risks,
but I mean, that goes without saying, though. You know what I'm saying?
Like when on that one, that was just bad. That was
bad ball placement, yeah.
But bad ball placement almost.
Didn't give your receiver a chance at all. I mean, actually, technically did, but I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he's thinking when he threw that shit like that.
That was just bad. And then did you like the play call to go on too?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I liked the play calling too.
At that point in the game, it would have made it a one play. I mean,
it's just bad ball placement. I mean, that Eli. I mean, bro, you've been in the league way too long for that.
And they played. It's not like he hasn't played in the big one. He played in the big one twice and made big plays in each one of those games. He's done. The Manning era is finished. Luckily they ain't got no more kids. I mean, no more brothers and stuff to come. Because no matter what, that name, they getting grabbed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now no other team has to worry about that no more. You know what I'm saying? Until
you gotta wait another 15 years for it to even hear a Manning name.
I don't even think they have sons.
No, I'm talking about Peyton and Eli do.
No, they don't. They got daughters.
No, Peyton got a son.
Oh wow, I thought it was okay.
One of them got a kid.
You sure they Cooper? Cooper got the son, maybe?
Cooper probably got like 70.
Yeah, he was living off all of
Cooper got
daddy money, my brother's money. I ain't got to do nothing, yo. I heard he was a nice receiver in high school. Yeah, blew his knee out or something.
Nah, he had like some weird some type of disease or something.
Oh,
he found out when he was going to LSU. Like he signed the scholarship to LSU and all.
Damn, I did not know that disease. I thought it was like real injury that got him.
It was something that, and either an injury or disease or something where he couldn't play no more.
That's sad, man. I would have loved to see all three of them. That would have been crazy. I heard they played on the same, him and Peyton or him and Eli played. Yeah, same team.
But crazy, he was older. He went to LSU.
Oh, yeah, he's the oldest one. Yeah. I keep thinking Payton's the oldest because his fucking hairline. But you're right.
He's older out of the Eli's. Out of the two quarterbacks.
Yeah, whatever.
Cooper wasn't a quarterback.
Yeah, I know he's a running back or wide receiver. Yeah, but other than that, it's time to move on from the guy. I won't be mad. I don't want to see our backup, though. Let Eli finish the season out. We got to draft.
Y'all... You don't let Eli finish the season.
I'm gonna tell you why. There's nothing to see.
Jacksonville and
y'all have something to see.
Are in the same boat, bro. Like y'all don't with the quarterback
situation. Yeah. No, actually, no. I'm gonna tell you why. Y'all actually have hope. Cody Kessler was given a throw him into the fire situation in Cleveland, and now he's with a team where he actually got a chance to sit back. I don't think he learned anything from Bortles, but
he probably learned shit from other people.
Those QB coaches got him
around a winning organization who almost got there that was winning. He probably learned from other people.
Yeah.
Coaching staff, other people on the offense, shit like that.
I was saying y'all have hope. Behind Eli Manning, we have a guy that's never been seen throwing a ball ever.
And that's what I'm saying.
So I'm saying we might as well finish out the season with him and we'll draft one.
We both in the same boat.
Y'all have hope with Kessler.
Okay, no. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not good. Well, he's not good yet, but he's better than Bortles.
We have more hope than y'all.
Bingo.
Put it like that. Bingo. Yeah, we have more hope than y'all. y'all don't have a backup quarterback, and that's what throws y'all. Cut Davis Webb.
Traded Davis Webb. Oh no, cut him. You're right. Cut him.
Cut Davis Webb. Yep. And y'all legit went in this regular season with no backup quarterback who has any NFL experience.
Well, if you look at Eli's historic record, he has been the Iron Man.
So that's probably Eli's look like ass.
Yeah. No. Well, here's the thing.
The last 2 years, ever since the Lambeau shit, ever since the boat party. When was that?
Yeah, that was 2 years ago. Yeah,
2 years ago. Ever since that,
I haven't won a game since that game.
Like ass.
Oh
this
yeah,
he looks like ass. So ever since that shit, he looks like ass.
Well, the thing is, you can say those outside of this year, a lot of people contributed his mess ups and how hard we look to the offensive line. That's dead. So now we can officially go back in hindsight and say, yeah, he's been bad for the past 3 years. Like I said, I was always compared to Deshaun Watson. When everybody talk about line and this, look at Deshaun Watson, look at Russell Wilson. I keep forgetting about Russell Wilson. Oh, Rashawn Matthews just signed to the Jets. Ooh, that's going to be nasty. Ooh. Every time I bring it up, you always say that, dog. Rashawn Matthews. He was the number one receiver for the Tennessee Titans. Then he asked to be released. Every time I bring him up,
they just released Terrell Pryor.
Oh yeah, because he got a partial tear or he needs a groin. Someone is groin or hamstring. Yeah. So it was like, you got to go.
He can't stay healthy since he's been a receiver, dog.
But they said that if he ever gets back healthy, they would take him back. Because he's 6'5". So
and run a 4.4. He had one healthy year as a receiver, and that was the year
Raiders,
he had
right?
1,000 yards.
The Raiders, right?
No, as a receiver.
With the Raiders or Cleveland? My bad.
Yeah, Cleveland. Because his first year with Cleveland, he was number 87.
They had Coleman, yeah.
And he only played. He didn't play the whole season. He played the very last game of the season.
Yep, I remember that. I picked him up.
The very last game of the season. Second year he came out, switched his number, balled out the rest of the season. Went to Washington, had ankle injuries.
Trash.
Had to have.
He been trash since Cleveland, bro.
No, he hasn't. He had 1,000 yards in Cleveland, and then that was when
that's what he's been trash since Cleveland, since he left Cleveland.
Yeah. This year, groin or whatever it is, he's just a pretty boy.
Yeah, he too much jewelry on the sidelines, in my opinion. Even though it's only one chain, a pair of earrings, but I mean, I guess that's how it works with the diva receivers. I guess you kind of expect that nowadays from your receivers, especially somebody at 6'5" on a 4.4 and can't stay healthy. You definitely expect that from them.
I would snatch everybody gold. I would snatch everybody chain off their shit. And I definitely do something.
I don't know, man.
Tell them, bitch, don't wear your jewelry out on the field.
Because it could be a superstitious reason when they don't.
I remember I got yelled at for wearing my earrings on the field.
Dang, I wear helmets. Who cares?
Exactly. I got yelled at for wearing my earrings.
The chain, I kind of, but the
literally, my coach yelled at me. I had to take the bitches off, put them in my sock, bro. Like,
somebody said something last night about Odell chain, and they was pissed about it. Well, I don't know if it was joking, but they said it like it was a deal. It was deal. Andrew saying, "Man, what you got the chain on?"
I don't know, probably was me. I hate that shit, bro. Like, I hate that shit with a passion.
But going forward with these Giants, like I said, we don't have no idea how this backup looks. No one's ever seen this dude throw a single pass. So for that matter, I'd rather see Eli Manning finish out the season. Let's just finish bottom of the pack. I don't watch college, but I kind of know only because of you and that whole big deal with the transfer from Will Greer when he transferred from Florida. And I think Fat hyped him up, kept talking about him, and then thanks to gambling, I know who Will Greer is. This dude looks for real. So I
hate hearing about. Every time I hear about Will Greer, bro, I get pissed, dog.
Yo, this dude, I like him.
I like him. What you talking about, dog?
I'm not saying I want to spend a first round pick on this kid, but if he comes out and Giants, if he's dead, why not?
Well, the case is, this ain't a strong quarterback class coming out.
It ain't, but Will Greer's on there.
A first round pick.
But I thought the same thing when Mahomes, Carson Wentz, and Jared Goff got picked up. I thought it was a joke. Like, y'all moved up for these clowns. I mean, teams moved up to grab these dudes, like big moves. They ain't just move up one spot to grab these players.
Goff and Wentz was 1 and 2.
Yeah, but they traded away the house to get them.
No, Philly did.
Philly, yeah, they traded up to get them dudes. And the Rams, they didn't have the second pick in that draft. They had to move up to get them too.
No, they had the first pick in that draft.
But they moved up to get that first pick.
They did?
Yes, all these teams traded to get these players.
Who did they trade?
Picks.
To whom?
Washington.
Because they were asked that. No, you thinking of the RG3.
I'm not thinking about the RG3 trade.
They were asked that year.
No.
The first year when they moved to LA, they were asked. Their last year in St. Louis?
And Foles was quarterback? No. You might be right.
No,
I don't remember.
Keenan was the quarterback.
We know somebody made them.
I know Philly.
We know Philly. Yeah, we know
trades,
Philly for sure. I thought for sure a move was made to get Wentz too. I mean, Wentz.
Yeah,
Philly. Yeah, all right. Yeah. I swore a move was made to get Goff too.
Nah, it wasn't no.
Well, whatever. I may be wrong, but if we, like I said, if Greer's available and somehow he falls to where we picking at, and far the only need we need is cornerback.
It's too early for the call because we
need a quarterback.
Well, no,
ain't no question.
It's too early to call the name of the quarterback because we don't know who's coming out yet. We still got the rest of the season. It's halfway through the college season.
But this Will Greer
still got bowl.
Third year, right?
Yeah, but you still got bowl, so you don't know who's coming out. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who's saying they're going to come out in the draft. I don't even know if Will Greer is going to come out.
But I got to ask you this question because you watch this. How many quarterbacks that play as good as Will Greer's played? Josh Rose, any of these dudes?
Anybody on the West Coast? I don't know because I don't watch none of them games.
Wait, no, they're not West Coast. They
come on 11 o'clock.
Like Mid Coast. West Virginia. They play
the Oregon's quarterback. They keep talking about him.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Washington quarterback. They keep talking about him. Never seen him.
I've seen him once,
them games come on 11 o'clock. I'm not watching them shits on no Saturday night.
Did you see when they did the college football? I don't know if you get up on Saturday. Sometimes you get on ESPN early. They do the little college station tour thing.
I'm at work.
Well, they do this like a little college station tour thing, and so this year. Today or this past week, they went to Washington. It was 6 o'clock in the morning. Packed.
College kids ain't got nothing to do, though.
It was dark as hell, packed. I was like, yo, what time is it in Alaska? It's 9 o'clock over here, but I forget over there. It's only 6 o'clock in the morning.
College kids ain't got nothing to do, bro. They gonna cameras? What? They gonna be out there.
Yeah, Washington. And the game didn't come on until 11 o'clock that night. So it was like, damn, y'all tailgating from sun up to sundown for real.
Well, like what I'm saying, most of the time you hear about the college quarterbacks and the people that's coming out in the draft towards the end of the season around bowl time, because that's when the whole season's done. You get to see who's doing what. Like I said, we don't know which quarterback's coming out. We don't know who's jumping out in the draft because the Oregon quarterback said he's not he's not coming out or some shit. Rumors say he gonna stay for his senior year.
He dumb if he do.
I don't. Who has the number one? I mean, how it's looking because
The Giants gonna get the number one pick.
that might be why.
No. Did you hear what you just said? The Giants have the number one pick, and the quarterback's gonna say, "I don't want Odell, Sterling Shepard, everything, or more Saquon Barkley. I'm good." That package right there will make any quarterback look good.
Like blonde hair receivers.
Nah, Odell ain't cutting that. He getting too much money because of that. You know what I'm saying? That's brand recognition.
That's why he don't want to go there. He don't like blonde hair receivers.
Like somebody said that he need to cut that. That haircut is making him money.
Yeah. Somebody did say that last night.
I'm like, no, he can't cut that. Head and Shoulders giving him money because he did that. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder what's his insurance claim on his hair.
Oh yeah, he probably do got some because he sees growing it out more now too.
Palomalu had one. I think Palomalu had $1 million insurance.
He had to, yeah. I forgot. Head and Shoulders give him like $5 million a year, or something like that, like Nike money or something like that. Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, he was getting Nike money from Head and Shoulders.
He wasn't even watching his hell with that shit.
Probably. I don't even. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. That stuff felt like it was pulling on my hair when I used to wash with that stuff. But other than that, man. So y'all got the Eagles next week in London. Across the pond. Is that a 9:30 game?
Yes, sir.
Damn, that's early for breakfast.
Early for breakfast. Like it's kind of like so early to where I like.
It's entertaining because it goes right into the 1 o'clock game. Yeah. Like you get 30 minutes of commentary, then right to the 1 o'clock. That's why I like it. Shit, but it's only sucks because if you forget, you missed it. Like it ain't no going back. Unless I got DVR. I don't got a DVR. Yeah, I miss it.
Only thing bad about this game, bro, like I gotta wake up and try to get breakfast. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like I want to eat breakfast and watch the game. That's the other day. Like
you want to be cooking it.
Yeah,
and
like
to watch.
I want to be cooking and shit like that. I gotta try to run out to go get breakfast and shit. But
yeah, that's dumb early. I ain't gonna lie. But luckily, they do the whole that crap. So you get like 9:45 start. Actually, no, these games have been kicking on right on time lately. I noticed that this year. Like when they say 12:15 start, they literally kicking that ball off at 12:15 nowadays, or whatever the start times is.
I see House ain't even got nothing for this game.
What do you mean?
Last year they served breakfast. They opened the doors.
Early. Oh yeah.
They ain't had no little things on the tables last night.
Y'all boys ain't Saxon. Y'all ain't got no nickname this year. Y'all nothing. Yeah, y'all not buzzing at all, man.
I think they still showing Saxonville on the in the stadium, but
yeah, that name is dead. It just went like
it's sleep. It ain't dead.
No roster changes have been made on that line, and it just went away.
It's sleep. It ain't dead.
Like you said, a lot of people said it's the schemes that's being called. Y'all been calling the same schemes y'all did from last year. So when teams see it, they're like, oh, we know what they're about to run, what stunt they're gonna run, so they be able to protect the quarterbacks better because of that. I don't know. I'm looking at the game. It looks like to me they're getting there, just not getting there as quick as they did last year. And you know what else I know? Ngakwe's been the only one that's been getting all the way up in the motherfuckers' grills. He's really been getting that pressure in there.
I love Ngakwe, bro.
But Malik Jackson has really, like, I think he put a quote out yesterday. I'm like, bro, you've been like fuck dead quiet. Malik Jackson, I don't know why he been talking all this year. I think it was a quote from him from this past weekend after the game. But he's been too quiet for me. I need to see some more from him for him to be calling out the player or saying something about the player, the whole team, and all that. I don't know. I want to see the Saxonville come back, I guess, man.
I mean, we all want to see Saxonville.
Because y'all made games entertaining, man. It was like, the number one offense, they scored 40 on them.
But we was entertaining to watch.
Yeah, like you want to see, like it was like the Floyd Mayweather type effect. Dude, are they gonna win? Is the defense gonna win the game for them? That's really what people tuning in for. Is the defense gonna score? How many points the defense is gonna score? Now it's how many points is the team's gonna score on your defense? That's a question being asked now. Because 40, 30, 20, you know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn.
It's a lot, bro. It's a lot, man. Hopefully we can figure some shit out, man. I really hope that
I think y'all in a great position.
They had a players only meeting.
Yeah.
I hope the defense, if anything,
come to life. Yeah.
I hope them boys come together, and I really hope.
Progress was made in the last game. Hopefully y'all continue that to the next game. Y'all are in it's a great time and a great division to be in. Everything's one game apart right now for y'all in that division, so y'all not out of the race yet. It's not over yet for y'all. Even though y'all are playing like absolute garbage somehow, some way, y'all are still in the hunt for the playoffs and to win that division. Moving on to the New York Giants, we got the Redskins next week at 1 o'clock. Top, no prime time. We don't deserve it.
Hold on, what you say y'all at?
No, we at home, but we playing the Redskins next week, divisional game.
What time?
At 1 o'clock.
Oh, you said prime time.
No, I said no prime time this week. We had back-to-back prime time, and now they like, nah, enough of that. I guess they just gave us enough prime time so everybody could see the number 2 overall pick play. He's been blockbuster, gold. You get to see how big this dude is all over. Legs big, arms big, thighs big. The chops are big, the cuts are big. Saquon's the truth, man. I thought Odell was going to get a statue at the end of this. He may still get that statue. Matter of fact, it's too early to do a statue predicament for Saquon right now. I'm gonna wait.
Statue predicament. Y'all hear this? Statue predicament.
Yo, that's literally. You not seen that Barry? You don't want to say Barry for this dude? You not giving him that yet?
No.
Wow. Okay. Whatever. All right. I guess I'm just a fanatic. But Odell's getting the statue. That's
Odell's not even gonna finish his career there.
He gonna finish it there.
I guarantee Odell's gonna be in LA.
Nah, I doubt it.
He's either gonna be a Charger or he's gonna be a.
Nah, Chargers ain't got no more money. They can't afford. They definitely can't afford that.
It's not gonna be right away.
Remember Brandon Cooks over there?
No, it's not gonna be right away.
Oh yeah.
Like
for 3 years from now,
4 years or some shit.
As long as he wins us another Super Bowl, if he wins 2 more Super Bowls, he definitely getting a statue. Off the rip.
So that means Eli's getting a statue.
No, Eli not getting no statue.
He won Super Bowl.
If he would have went off in the sunset like his brother did on them 2 Super Bowls, that's all we'd have remembered and said, "Yo, he need a statue." But now all we got is the crazy garbage seasons.
Eli, Pat Schumer, they asked him, "Are they going to trade Eli?" That's a hilarious question because
who wants him?
I know so much sarcasm in that question. Dog. Like, who wants him? Like, how are you gonna sit there and trade someone? Like people,
you think Schumer doesn't want to offer? Schumer can't wait for a team to call and pick up the phone.
People killing me with these trade offers and these trade when they trade scenarios and stuff. You do know when you trade somebody, the other team has to want that person. If there's no want on the person, you can't trade them. I can't sit there and just call a team and say, "Hey, I'm gonna trade you Eli for this person," and they're forced to say, "Yeah." They have to want the person that you're trying to get rid of.
Well, it seems like there's only one team in the league that does that, and they're not on the receiving end, they're usually on the addition end, and that's the New England Patriots. They find a way to will and deal all they play. They don't give a shit.
They don't. But all the players that they get rid of are good.
Well, they're good for them, and when they get to the other team, they're garbage. So. I'll give you the prime example. Most recent example, Danny Amendola. And he had a big game this last week, but other than this last week, it took Brock Osweiler coming in to give you for motherfuckers to find out you still play for the Miami Dolphins. Come on, man.
I don't know shit about Amendola.
Danny Amendola, he's been trash.
Since
Miami, exactly.
Shit.
Yeah, you heard Kenny Stills' name more than you heard.
I've been heard Grant name more than him.
Joakim Grant. Yeah.
I've heard his name more than. He's a fucking beast.
He is. He got injured though, but yeah, he is. Yeah.
I was thinking about picking him up in fantasy and shit. I had him on my watch list and all. That motherfucker fast.
Wait, either him or Albert Wilson. One of them 2 dudes got Albert Wilson.
Wilson's hurt.
Then there's him. Then maybe.
I know somebody's hip.
My bad.
But Grant, I ain't heard his name in like a week or 2, so I don't know. He could be hurt too.
No, it was just he had that one. He balled down when Osweiler first came in. Osweiler ain't. Yeah. Wait, no. I'm my bad. I'm getting that confused again. Wilson balled out.
Yeah, Wilson did. Yeah.
Because he had the game winner. 75 yard, a little 3 yard dink. Osweiler looking like a god now.
But yeah, y'all. But yeah, that was the question. Said, are y'all gonna trade? And Pat Schumer said, no. I would love to see Eli stay here in Miami. No, like, duh, bitch.
What he really meant to say was, no. I really wish I had my offer box filled up for him, but it's empty right now.
I'm telling you,
I'll take a 7th for him right now.
At the end of the year, if y'all don't walk with Eli and forcing him signing retirement papers,
they're gonna do a time call for him.
Yeah, exactly. Y'all have to force that man to sign retirement papers because he got 1 more year on his contract.
You know what sucks? Because he has that 1 year left on his contract. And y'all are the Jacksonville Jaguars, and Tom Coughlin's there, and Tom Coughlin also felt that he was forced out. He's probably gonna see that whole situation and y'all gonna go. I'm pretty sure he's monitoring it closely too, because his heart's still with the city. He probably looking at that and going, I know exactly how that feels because I dealt with the same bullshit from that same ownership. You know what, Eli? Come on down here, Jack. I'm gonna get. I guarantee
There's no talent there. Though.
It isn't, but because he knows how that.
This is not a friendship business. It's a talent.
It's not,
business.
But that's what happens.
No, it doesn't.
The only reason why Kyle Shanahan was giving Jimmy Garoppolo for a 2nd round pick was because of the friendship he had with Bill Belichick, right? Yes,
but there was talent in that situation.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
There's no talent.
That's a good ass point. Good call, doggy. I'll give you that one.
Eli literally, he's just gonna have to retire. And that crazy shit is, if he were retired after last year. Would nobody look at Eli like nothing?
They're like, offensive line's bad.
Like, yo, the last. I'm telling you, is that what they would have said? At the tail end, he didn't play good, but hey, he got 2 rings. Literally, if he continues to look the way he looks this year, and he tries to play again next year, oh my gosh, the end of your story is gonna be hard. It's gonna be a tragedy.
The only way if he comes back next year, he would have to give me some type of Carson Palmer type. When Carson Palmer went out, he went out like, I'm going out swinging. Like remember that before David Johnson broke his wrist. Do you remember that season David Johnson had?
Yeah.
Who was in?
Rookie year, right? Or second year?
Second year.
Both.
No, it was second year. It was the second because that's when he got the full starting job. I think Chris Johnson was still in front of him, or somebody was in front of him.
Yeah, Chris Johnson, and then Chris Johnson got hurt.
Yeah, and he took over that second year, and Carson Palmer was like, you know what? I'm about to retire. He went out swinging. They ain't do much, but he went out swinging, son. Carson Palmer made you felt him every game.
Carson Palmer retired last year, though.
I know, but he got because of the injury during the offseason. He said, I'm done. But year before that, he was slinging it.
I mean, the whole thing with Eli, like I said, man, y'all got to figure some shit out, bro. Like, y'all be in the same boat when it comes to...
Right now, like, we in the mode of acquiring draft picks and trying to get a package together to either get a package together of picks to ship for another quarterback. Because it seemed like if you look at the roster, it's in win now mode. Because there ain't much youth on that roster.
I need to trade for another tackle.
We're like we ain't got no 34, 35 years old, except for Eli Manning. But other than that, we still have very
y'all need to have anything
veteran age
if anything,
players.
Y'all need to trade for another tackle.
To my left tackle?
Another tackle versus and move
shoulder. Well, hold on. Somebody Shannon Sharp said this today. He said if you look at Nate Solder when he played with Tom Brady throws the ball, gets rid of the ball a lot quicker, and that's what he's made for.
Yeah,
but nobody saw that when they grabbed it. They see, look at the amount of sacks he doesn't allow and the protection he gives Tom Brady. Well, what they don't know is Tom Brady just knows to get rid of the goddamn ball.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You hold the ball twice as long. It's 4.5 seconds you holding the ball. That's an extra second and a half that he has to block.
Even look when Eli does his, not Eli, when Tom Brady does his, when he did his statue, when he's standing there like a statue in a pocket, when Nate Solder was a left tackle, there was no pressure coming from that side of the field when he does it.
Never had pressure on his left side. Never. Matter of fact, all the pressure he ever had, mostly was on the right side.
Or dead in his face.
In front of him, So, that is true. I mean,
I want to say get one yet. Maybe just get a different quarterback and let's see what happens. Because remember, he's the highest paid left tackle in the league now. So, ain't no trading for him. You know what I'm saying?
I was saying trade to get another one.
Nah, not when you're paying him that much. He's getting his guarantees no matter what. Remember, this the new year of guarantees to Kirk Cousins. The guarantees are through the roof.
Yeah, y'all need something. Eli need
new quarterback. Like y'all, just same thing y'all need. That's the same thing we need.
Eli need to oops and bump his head or something, slip and just
say, his wife tell him, enough, honey, enough. Time to hang it up.
Honey.
Yeah, her name is Abby Manning. I guarantee she talks like that. Her name is Abby.
How the fuck you know that?
Because they had a problem. All right, the only reason I know is because something with Peyton Manning's wife had bought the Memphis Grizzlies at the time. They were called the Van. Something happened with the family, and she got her in some ownership shit, and that's how I realized her name. That's how I found out. Bingo, there you go. It was gonna be a whole long.
Some shit with his wife do own something with the Grizzlies.
Peyton Manning's wife do.
Yeah,
and then his Eli's wife.
What does his wife do? Because I feel like that's Peyton. That was really Peyton.
I'm pretty sure it's Peyton money, but I don't know what she does.
You know what it probably is? He probably can't own a team while he plays.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You're right. Yeah.
So that's
actually no, that's not. Well, that's an NFL rule. Because they tried to make that a rule with Jordan did it. And Jordan did it.
While he was playing?
Yeah, he was part owner of the Wizards when he played.
No? Oh, yeah, he was.
Yeah, and they took. That's what I'm saying. Is that an NFL rule? You can't play in this league and have an ownership in any sports franchise across the league?
I know that they was.
Because you're right, a lot of these players would own a bunch of CFL teams. You know what I'm saying?
CFL?
Yeah, remember T.O. got a little ownership team.
No, that was arena football.
Oh, yeah, it was arena. My bad. Yeah. Oh, my bad. Yeah, my bad. I get it confused.
Yeah, that is true. She do so that had to be. What is that about? Yeah,
and he owns all. I don't know if he sold them, but he owned all the Papa John's in Denver. He bought every single one of them out. Peyton, I'm pretty sure he got rid of them now with them going under.
He did sell them.
No, Jerry sold his. Sold a lot of them. Jerry, I didn't even know Jerry's.
How Jerry like the fire to sell his shit? Jerry is a crazy businessman.
He is. He's the majority owner of Papa. I did not know this. He's the majority owner of Papa John's. He owns the most Papa John's of anybody in the NFL. All this crazy stuff. And like you said, I don't know if you've seen any new commercials. They're trying to promote diversity.
Yeah. Bro, I literally I said, yo, this shit's trash. The piece is trash and this commercial is trash,
like,
dog.
We know y'all don't like,
stop.
That
was some pandering ass shit, dog. They had an Indian guy, a black girl, Asian person.
We need the monkey it up. We need more color. More color.
Like that shit. It's
the damage is done. Nobody buying that piece no more. It's a wrap.
I ain't gonna lie, that commercial probably made it worse.
They probably did.
Yeah, everybody forgot about it. Like,
yeah, for real.
Ain't nobody fuck with that piece.
Nobody. So that piece of this franchise is done. If you look, even like they're closing down for real. Like I don't even know it's even right here in Jacksonville. Papa John's are closing.
Ugh. Yeah, but we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up, man.
Y'all make sure y'all keep hitting us on that Gmail at youaint07@gmail.com. We appreciate all that love, feedback, support. Especially the inquiries, the paid inquiries, man. If y'all serious about that, email me back, man. Y'all know who y'all is.
We're gonna talk about that because I don't know what you're talking about.
I thought we talking about my bad.
But make sure y'all follow us on SoundCloud and Facebook. _ You Ain't Got the Answers. Like, comment, share. Also on iTunes and YouTube. You Ain't Got the Answers. If you ain't got iTunes, you're not paying for it, blah, blah, blah. We still got YouTube.
On the YouTube.
We got YouTube Red where you can open it up and close it and still listen to it. So we got all that, man. We all across the board with it.
We
so
got
make
what you
sure
need.
you like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.
All
man.
that.
You know what I'm saying? And we in there.
Yo.
Yup.